Are we seeing her more as like point guard, shooting guard, utility?
Yeah, I think she's going to be tall. She got long legs.
Okay.
So I'm going to make her a really tall point guard. I love that.
After that Indiana game and you were able to watch some film, what were some things that kind of stood out, especially from that first quarter, that you guys can build upon? Because it seems like that first quarter is where what we saw all preseason and what in training camp is the type of game that you want to play. So on that first quarter.
Yeah, I think she's maintaining it. Obviously, we got to make some shots. I think that we got a little bit. We let our shooting percentage and just our lack of making shots kind of affect what we did. Then we started forcing some things. We didn't trust the next pass, and we kind of got out of rhythm, and it like piled up. And that's by the fourth quarter. If you do that, if you don't continue to do what got you there, that kind of stuff can happen. So I think we just got to continue to trust what we're doing. We were getting the right shots, we just weren't making them, but it didn't show up on the scoreboard. And so sometimes that's hard, to kind of push through. So I think that was a big learning lesson for us, and knowing that our defense was pretty good for most of the game, I would say. Of course we had let-ups, but we have to be able to score. We have to be able to score in this game, in this league to win.
Do you feel like it was more mental, through the rest of the game? Like you start when you don't see those shots fall, and then you start to mentally get in your head.
Yeah, I think there's a part of that. A lot of just doubting, trying to and I think it was good intentions. Trying to make something happen because it wasn't happening, and that always doesn't end up in your favor. But I think a little fatigue played a role into it too. When things aren't going well, you're working extra hard to get things, and then they come down and we have wide open layup. That kind of stuff is tough. But luckily we had a good week of practice to be able to fix those things.
How beneficial is that to have 4 days from that first game into your next game, especially after a game like that, to watch the film, take a second, regroup, and move forward?
Yeah, I think it's a blessing and a curse, because we got 4 days to kind of stew in that butt kicking, which isn't always easy. But on the flip side, be able to work on some things and kind of catch our rhythm again, fix some things that didn't work, sharpen up things that we think did, and hopefully you see a whole different team.
You talked about trusting what you're doing. Obviously, Tyler's installed some of the stuff. There's a lot more 4 out of 5 already today in practice. How long do you think it's going to take before the team is fully confident?
Yeah, it's a really good question. I don't think we really know how long it's going to take. I think you'll see ebbs and flows, things that look good some days, and then maybe take some step back. That's kind of part of the process. When you're building a new roster, it's a new system. We're all trying to figure each other out. But hopefully more good days than bad.
Heading into a home opener tomorrow, first time playing in front of the Sky Home crowd again, regular season. Is that something you're just kind of looking forward to, also having your daughter there, being able to just kind of have that moment?
Yeah, all the feels. Just being back home and knowing what it's like to play in Wintrust in front of the Sky fans. I'm really looking forward to it. I know they'll be there to show out like they always do, and it's a good feeling.
Will you get your ring tomorrow?
No, I have no idea. I'm thinking no. I'm thinking they'll do it in New York, but
Gotcha.
I'm not sure.
What have you been sharing with the team regarding the matchup against New York? I'm quite sure there's a lot of knowledge you have around that. What have you shared with the team thus far?
Yeah, it's just about kind of knowing what I think, how we can attack them. That's a really good team, so it's hard to find weaknesses on a team like that. And I think that we have to embrace that, and knowing that this is a really big challenge for us and for everyone. They kind of run like a well-oiled machine when things are going well. But at the same time, we have to make them uncomfortable and make things a little bit difficult for them, and know that they have to be able to guard us, make them guard us, always be in attack mode, all those things. It's nothing really special other than every time you approach one of the best teams in the league, you got to be close to perfect.
You talked about being close to perfection. Obviously, with New York, it starts with post, 3 ends to the you guys with Camilla and Angel got a pretty good post to overall. How hopeful do you think this game will be as a measuring stick in terms of where they are in their development, and also just where you guys are, like you said, against one of the best teams?
I think last game was a pretty good measuring stick on where we are. And yeah, every game, that's what the thing about this league is. Every team is very good in this league. Obviously the defending champs, and they're probably projected to be one of the best. And it's gonna show us what we got, but we kind of already showed what we got. So we got to be a lot better. We know that we have to be a completely different team than we were to be able to compete with this team. But I think that, like I said, we had a good week of practice. We're in a good space, and we're feeling confident when we're
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Sloot.
Thanks,
Thanks,
guys.
Luke.